Yo, what's up, guys? Here's Terrell at Terrell Game Vlogs here to bring you Bakuman episode 13, season 2 review. I think I did that wrong. It's actually season 2. Oh, fuck it. The whole point of this fucking review is just gonna be Kaya Nooo. This review might actually be kind of long just because I'm gonna mention the things about this episode and then I'm gonna go on this Kaya spiel. Because when you watch the episode, you know this is like a massive fuck you Kaya episode in a sense. Okay, so as people have been telling me, I was gonna hate Nakai because technically, essentially, he did all that for Aoki, and Aoki kind of just said fuck him, and then I guess he kind of got so emotionally depressed that he ended up, I guess he decided to walk it off with Miyato. And so, but in the anime doesn't make it seem like that. The anime just makes it seem like he just switched gears so quickly. Which is why people think right now he's kind of coming off as a dick. For those who also want to know, we did get a confirmed season 3. But anyways, it kind of made him look like a dick. But that's not really the whole point. The person that apparently that you guys in the comments were referring to who gets, who helps Aoki with her whole, understanding men's feelings thing was Shujin of all people, which I wasn't actually expecting that. So I'm a little shocked by that. That whole portion of the episode was cool, but awkward. And now I'll explain why. The whole Aoki, development I liked. I liked her, the character changing. I've come to like Aoki a lot more. Especially because of, literally, these last few episodes, it just made me really like her character. But it's awkward because she obviously, at the beginning of the episode, she started to crush on him. Through the conversations, she was crushing on him. It was so fucking ridiculous. Also thought it was funny when she, accidentally says, "Do you want to see me in my underwear?" And Takagi is just like, "What? What? What?" But, it's awkward because, he likes Kaya. It's also more awkward because they keep doing these scenes where, Kaya's... Because they do this one scene where Kaya's, trying to call him. And then, these other two scenes where he's talking to Aoki and the phone's busy and she starts getting really worried and paranoid. And this is going to come back later because this is actually something I respect about Kaya, but I feel bad for. And then the Iwase part plays in. The Iwase part plays in because... she knows Aoki, and she asks, and she still likes Shujin. Essentially, she isn't even the advice chick. She just knows Shujin. And she asks Aoki if she could talk to Shujin, which is where the second part of this episode comes in. This really made me like Shujin and Aoki a lot. Because Iwase is still on that bullshit. She's still on this whole, you should be writing novels bullshit because she thinks he's smarter than manga. And the USA's biggest problem is the fact that she's on this, that she's not a supportive girl. She still likes Shujin, she still wants to be his girlfriend, but she's not a supportive woman. She wants to make him do something just because it's more beneficial, not because he enjoys it. Which is the whole point of a job, to enjoy what you want to do. And she thinks, and then she tried to justify it by saying some shit like, well, you like manga, and all writing novels is a more advanced writing of manga. And the reason why I say I like the Aoki in this whole thing is because Aoki is saying exactly what everyone else is thinking while you were saying Shujin fight. There's a point where she's she recognizes almost right off the bat that she still likes Shujin. And then as they're arguing, Shujin and Iwase are arguing, she's acting like a child. And I was like, oh shit, Aoki. that whole exchange between Shujin and Iwase made me like Aoki because she's just commentating in her head in the background. And it's hilarious. Mind you, she does realize, also the whole reason why I say I like Shujin is because Shujin not only rejects her again, but he ends up confirming that he still likes Kaya. She's like, are you still dating Miyoshi? He's like, well, I admire you. I think you're 1,000 times cute. He's like, then why don't you go out with me then? Because he even admits that she's smarter and cuter than Mio. I mean, not Miyoshi / Kaya. And he's like, well, if that's the case, then why don't you go out with me? He's like, because I still care about Kaya 2,000 times more than I care about you. Like that. And that was cool. Like, he's not willing to admit her faults, but he still accepts us for all those faults. And that's why I enjoyed that whole Shujin exchange. And that little fucking quote right there. That was cool. Now, the Kaya shit is where I don't hate Kaya at all. Like, Kaya to me is like my favorite female character in Bakuman. Aoki's kind of gunning for Azuki in terms of second right now. Because I really like Aoki. But Aoki and Nakai need to get their shit together. That's what I'm worried about with those two. But, like, Kaya, we know, is a tomboy. And Kaya is on that whole, she's like, he's busy 2 nights in a row. And Saigo's aware of Aoki, but she's like, but he just kind of lies for Shujin and says that it's Miura. I mean, obviously he's not flirting with her. Like, Shujin didn't show any interest of, like, trying to go out with her. So I don't have any problem with Shujin there. But Kaya does something I wasn't expecting her. Kaya, if you can tell, is the tsundere of Bakuman for the most part. And most tsunderes in that situation would just act retardedly jealous and, like, get up in Shujin's face about it. But she doesn't. She just acts like a supportive girlfriend, like she's been doing, like, these last 2 seasons. Like she did the beginning of this season and late last season. And I'm like, fuck yeah. Because, like, okay, I'm going to go on for a little tangent right here. Me and some friends were on Skype, and I was mentioning that I like Hinata from Naruto. And originally I didn't have an idea why, but I have an idea why now. I like the supportive girls more than I like the bitchy girls. Mainly because the tsundere types like Sakura or Rukia kinda are like, to me, remind me of like stereotypical ignorant bossy black women. That's the unappealing part. But Kaya clicks even though she's tsundere. And the reason why is because Kaya, I just realized this. Kaya is like, in terms of personality, like basic traits she has, it's kind of like the exact type of woman I would love messing with. Because she holds her own. Like she's a legit, like she has like a strong backbone, but she's not a bitch about it. Like most of the tsunderes in other animes are bitches about the whole them being independent women shit. That's why Sakura comes off annoying. That's why Rukia, occasionally, I'm not a huge fan of. I know Rukia is a huge fan base, but I'm not a huge fan. I'm not a huge fan of tsunderes. But I like the tsunderes who can be supportive. And that's what Kaya is. A supportive tsundere. That works for me. Give me like the supportive shy girl or the fucking supportive tsundere. I don't want tsunderes being bitchy because that reminds me of a whole... I live in the South. I'm used to a lot of ignorant, uptight, overpowered black women who act like they don't need nobody. That's what tsunderes reflect for me. Kaya doesn't do that. So that's why I really like her character. And that's why this last part hurts so much because Iwase gives him the novel before they actually start arguing, like the novel she wrote. And fucking Shujin and Psycho go out for a meeting, and Psycho actually gives her a key because I guess he understands how she must be feeling. And I thought that was cool. And gives her a key for the place. And she goes in there and cleans while they go out. And essentially what happens is she's cleaning and she knocks over the book that Iwase gave to her. And I don't think Shujin realizes this because it's not mentioned. Apparently she wrote a love note in there. And Miyoshi found it before even Shujin found it. And instead of freaking out like I would expect her to, she actually just, like, cleaned everything up, locked the door, gave back the key, and kind of got home. And then there's, like, this really sad scene where she's walking away with her bike, and you start seeing her cry, and she's like, I can't cry until I get home. And I'm just like, no! That actually was my initial reaction when I saw her knock over the book. I was like when I saw her knock over the book and I saw like there was a note inside, my initial reaction was, no, Kaya! And Ah, that sucks. That sucks so much. I like the character. That's what pisses me off. So it sucks when I see her about like her getting emotionally bruised, mainly because of a misunderstanding. It sucks. I'm actually expecting, and from what I've seen in the preview doesn't even show Shujin and her talking. It kind of shows her and Azuki talking, which should be more interesting, honestly, just because we haven't really seen that friendship between Kaya and Azuki after a while, considering they stopped going to the same schools. So that would be a nice Azuki Kaya episode. And eventually she's going to have to talk to Shujin about it. And I'm hoping they don't do that. The way I hope this goes is like it's very reminiscent of how they started dating. And it's like 3 punches and we get back together. That is what I'm hoping it is. Whether that's what it's going to be, I don't know. But, oh, Kaya. But yeah, that's my thoughts. This actually wasn't as long as I thought it would be. It's only like 11 minutes. So I'm going to stop it here. Tell me your thoughts. You know, leave your hints like you've been doing for the other reviews. I think it's Jertango, Tuxedo Ray. Jertango and Tuxedo Ray are like the 2 people I'm noticing the most. But yeah, that's it. Fucking Kaya. I like Kaya. That was bull. I knew that was coming. I mean, from the opening, you knew that he would say stuff was gonna fuck with Kaya in some way, but I still wasn't ready. I don't know. I like the character too damn much. But anyways, all right, I'm gonna stop. I'm a Kaya fanboy. I'm gonna stop. Anyways, so this has been the Vlogs of Game from your boy Terrell. Keep on drawing, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.